Hello and welcome back to the channel. Firstly, I've got to apologise really for not having uploaded anything for quite some time. Unfortunately, I've been incredibly busy, and when real life gets in the way, you've got to let your side projects and hobbies move aside a little bit. But apart from that, back to normal. I say normal. When have I ever been normal? Back to a review, if you like. Now, the beer that you've probably just caught a glimpse of it, the beer that I'm going to be looking at, I wasn't going to review. It's a Brewdog beer, and you know me and Brewdog beers. They are not what they used to be. The company isn't particularly great, yada yada yada. We all know the history of the story, if you like. But I saw this, I picked it up, and I've put it down so many times, every so often. I thought, actually, you know what, I'm going to pick it up and I'll see what it's like. Mainly because I think we've got a con on our hands here. It's a 6.8% Marshmallow Stout. So I think you've probably guessed what it is. It is, of course, Rocky Road. Now, a con on our hands. Why do I say that? Firstly, look at the artwork. Does it remind you slightly of a different Brewdog beer? I'm thinking of layer cake. So, I can't remember what the percentage of layer cake was without going back and re-watching that video. But I've just got a feeling. Much the same as with most feelings I get when I pick up a can of Brewdog, it's not good. Now, don't get me wrong, I love layer cake as far as a Brewdog beer went. Pretty damn good stout, I really enjoyed it. But have they just gone, oh, let's make the same beer again and package it up as something else and pretend we've had a new beer come out? I've got that feeling. It's quite cold down here in my office, so I've not even had to put this one in the fridge. It's nice and cold. So let's get it into a glass and see what we've got. Now, like I say, I think I know what I'm expecting here, but we'll see. You know. Get it in. Try and give it a proper stout pour. Haven't quite got the right glass. Ooh, got a bit of overflow. Luckily, I planned for that. I've got me trusty mopping up cloth under the desk already. Just let that die off a bit so I can. Oh, because I've made quite a mess down there. Pretend that never happened. Wipe off the base and the stem of my glass. Of course, having been down there, do have a few Tyrian hairs on the base of the glass now, but anyway, it's not in the beer, that's the main thing. So, we look at it. You have got a nice, just over 2-finger coffee mocha, very fluffy head. Reminiscent of a good stout, of course. It's a dark beer, holding up to the light. There's barely any light bleed through. Similar to a different stout from the same brewery. I'm going to be honest here. It looks identical, however, a lot of stouts look pretty much identical, don't they? So, bit of coffee on the aroma. A lot of vanilla sweetness. You already know what I'm going to say, don't you? That tastes exactly the same. That smells exactly the same as I recall layer cake smelling. Let's have a little taste and just see, shall we? There's coffee in there. There's toasted marshmallow, vanilla sweetness. You're getting the sugar come through. I'm guessing they've used lactose in the beer. I would imagine so. If they haven't, then yeah. I don't know why Brewdog have to put everything so small. Alright, so water, malted barley, lactose, malted oats, yeast, natural flavourings and hops. I would imagine those natural flavourings being vanilla. There we go. Get the last drop in now, so that's good. It's a tasty stout. You know, it's a quite sweet, vanilla-y milk stout. You know, it's a good beer. And for me to say about Brewdog, it has to be a good beer, doesn't it? I know I like my stouts anyway, so there is that. But that little thought, that niggling thought I had in the back of my mind, it's not going away. Oh, what a lovely glass of layer cake by Brewdog. That's what it is. I now have no doubt in my mind. They've not changed the recipe at all. If they have, you won't notice it. And this is what makes me so frustrated with companies like Brewdog and others who I won't mention on this one because I'm just talking about this for now. It is an absolute joke. You've got craft breweries out there bringing new beers out each season, working hard to really change it up. You've got other craft breweries that they have the same beer but they change the recipe every year. Verdant's Putty, they're mixing it up a bit. I don't know what to say about this. I like the beer, but Jesus Christ, Brewdog, you need to pull your flipping finger out of your backside and think about who you're selling it to. If you want to be a craft brewery, you need to make craft beer, surely. I know, you know, they've got, I don't know if it's Watt or Dicky, one of them's got loads of shares in Heineken, is it? That with these Brewdog hotels are swelling up. They're not a craft brewery, we know that. And all the other shit they've gone on behind the scenes. But people who don't drink craft beer look at Brewdog and the other 3 or 4 macro craft breweries, if you like, and they think that's what craft beer is. And this ain't fooling anyone. If somebody thinks, oh, craft beer's something new they've never had, and they've tried layer cake and they pick this up, they think, oh, it's exactly the same. Are breweries actually innovating at all? I'll apologise for the rant, but this has really got my goat. And it winds me up even more because they made a good beer. If they just brought it out as layer cake again, I'd have happily bought a couple cans. Well, I say still Brewdog, so I'd have to weigh it up. But this isn't a new beer at all. It's an absolute joke what they're doing. I'm really wound up by this. And it is the fact that it is a nice beer that makes it even worse somehow. They haven't even thought about trying to disguise the fact that they... Tyrion, excuse me. That they can't even be bothered to brew a new beer. They can't even be bothered to, I don't know, put some cacao nibs or something in and change it ever so slightly. It is exactly the same bloody beer. Or if it's not, it's so damn close that you'd be forgiven for thinking it is. You know, it's a joke. They're a joke. Well, rant over, I guess. I really don't know what to say. It's even the fact that the artwork is the same bloody artwork, just changing the name on the damn can. They can't even be bothered to change the can wrap, you know? It's like they're not even trying. Right. End of rant. I don't know what to say. Anyway, I know what I can say. Cheers to you all. Thanks for watching this pile of rubbish. So peed off by this. It's ridiculous. Cheers. Don't forget to... Well, I wouldn't even bother liking this because it's ridiculous. It's an absolute joke. But do, you know, subscribe down there. Maybe drop a comment and tell me how peed off you were when you bought this new beer when it first came out. If you did bother to buy it when it first came out. I don't know why I bought this. I mean, I stop that because I do like this beer. It's just they have really wound me up with it. Anyway, aside from that, I have got some different stouts coming up. Stouts I haven't had before. So, obviously, it's bloody freezing outside. We all know it is. So I have got some stouts. Because I like a stout in the winter, as you may recall. So, at some point in the next few days or so, when I've calmed down from this disgrace, we have from Bristol Beer Factory their milk stout, a smooth creamy stout. Obviously Bristol Beer Factory got all the Bristol mapping on the can wrap. I'm sure that'll be delicious. It's a nice light stout at was it 4.5%. It's a Guinness level stout, perfectly fine. I picked up a Vocation one. Picked this one up today at Tesco's. I thought that looks interesting. Double Tonka Frappe, a coffee stout, special edition from Vocation. Coming in at, when I can find it on the can, 8%. Nice good sipper there. Give that one a go, and hopefully it won't make me so angry. Got a Northern Monk one. I do like some Northern Monk beers. I know they're edging towards the macro sort of side of craft, but I still class them as a craft brewery, even if they are one of the bigger ones. So we've got Zombie Death. That looks nice. It's a chocolate and strawberry ice cream dessert stout at 8.4%. Using, if you notice, very similar artwork to the Heathen cans. So that looks good. And finally, from Vault City, this is a free 30ml can, and it's a slim can, so it's like I've got a 250ml gin here. It's like one of those, really. Now, the reason it's in such a small can is because this gingerbread latte is an imperial stout at 11%. So I thought I'd give that a go. You know, those three, not the Bristol Beer Factory one, can't remember, I think I picked that one up at a co-op, but those three and the Disgrace were all part of the 4 for 3 in Tesco. I think that's why I did the Rocky Road, because I wanted to do a few stouts, and that was the last one on the shelf I hadn't had. Turns out I had. Anyway, having a look at those ones seems to have calmed me down a bit. But I will say, cheers to you all. Don't forget to like the content, not the beer. How's that? Comment and subscribe down there. And until next time, hopefully not angry drinking.